Today we are accompanied by Tanya from the Y17 batch and one of the best tennis players of IITK. It is wonderful to have you here, Tanya.
Hi, it's great to be here too.
So, firstly, we would like to know what are you doing presently?
Okay, so today was my first class at IIM Ahmedabad. I am doing an MBA program there for 2 years. And after that, depends on what I decide to do.
Okay, congratulations for making it
Thank you.
first up, and then all the very best.
Thanks
So,
again.
like everybody would have some certain expectations before coming to IIT. And then what were your expectations and how was your stay at IITK different from what you had imagined?
Okay, so first of all, expectations as such, I didn't have any. I was fresh out of 12th and I was just in sort of my comfort zone because I chose chemistry and I had studied chemistry before. So I was hoping that there'd be no academic transition troubles. Otherwise, I was a bit hesitant to come to Kanpur because I literally didn't know a word of Hindi. Me and my dad, we had a lot of trouble navigating through the place without knowledge of Hindi. But apart from that, I found really great friends, really great role models. So I'd say in that aspect, it has been a godsend. So I'm glad that I took this decision in the end.
So, can you tell me more on this? Like, how was your experience here during the initial stay because you didn't know Hindi? Like, did you face any kind of challenges or did you lose any opportunities?
First, I'll start off with the day I landed at Lucknow airport. I was telling railway station, and the cab driver couldn't understand. He was like, Acha, railway station. I'm like, okay, whatever, just take me there, my train. I'm late for my train. We had to travel from Lucknow to Kanpur via train. And after coming here, all the shopkeepers helped me learn English actually. Like the bhaiya near my GH, he was the one who talked to me in Hindi. He made me talk in Hindi and he corrected me. I was very frank about it. I'm like, bhaiya, mere ko Hindi mein baat karna hai. Please, if I'm making something wrong, please tell me, correct me. And people laughed at me at first. My wingies laughed at me, but they were all very helpful. So it helps if you talk in Hindi and if you're frank about it. So first I learned the essential IIT Kanpur galis. So it developed. I think that actually made me develop a little bit of interest in Hindi. So and then I took upon it. And learning Hindi actually made me, connect with more people. I think so.
And did you have any opportunities that you missed because you didn't know Hindi or initially?
I think there's a two-pronged answer to this. I missed a lot and I actually was saved from a lot of discomfort. So for one thing, orientation I missed on connecting with a lot of seniors because of my Hindi background, because I couldn't connect with a lot of seniors. But there were a lot of seniors who were actually comfortable in Hindi and they were talking to me. And the second very, very small advantage that I faced was we had to memorize the hall anthem. It was like around 12 to 15 lines of pure Hindi. And we had to memorize the introduction for every junior in pure Hindi. Like, I am Tanya, I come from Tamil Nadu. My hobbies are some ghas mein le danadan, de danadan, stuff like that. I was spared from all of it because my winkies were literally making notes out of it and then they were memorizing it. So
can you tell us the happiest moment of at IIT or any funny moments that you had?
I think there were a lot of funny moments. Funny moments were just like during lectures, there were a lot of funny moments. We were sleeping in class. We got caught and we came to the lecture and we went through the back door just to put the attendance and then we got out. So all those sort of adventures were pretty funny. And happiest, I would say, just chilling out with my friends was literally the happiest moments. Like we used to not care about the world. We just sat down, had a cup of chai, like gossiped or just, pondered about life for hours and hours. Like staying with my friends was the happiest moment. Anything I did with them was fun.
Are there any memories at any certain spots at IITK?
Okay, so I think I remember this incident very vividly. So one of my friends, Chitranshi Singh, we used to go to a quantum chemistry class at the last 10 minutes because we wanted to sleep. So we went there to get the attendance and she was a bit more daring than me. She wanted to go inside the class. I'm like, why do we need to do that? Let's just leave. We have the attendance already. So we went to the class and you remember the platform between two sections of the lecture hall. Like there is a raised platform between two sections. through the back doors when you come in. So we were just lying down there. We didn't even sit on the chairs because the professor was teaching. We were just lying down there. We also have a photo of that, I think. So that was like, we were actually very scared, but still we were like, we are the coolest people on campus sort of vibes. So, and another thing is, yeah, I actually went ball during my campus stay. Like
Oh.
literally, I went bald. So people were really encouraging me. Like me and one of my friends, we took this decision in a second. We were like, let's go to the campus, and we went to the men's salon, like the men's part of the salon. The women's part of the salon was looking at me like, what is this guy? Is this girl mad? Then we went to the men's part of the salon. He shaved my head and he took 100 rupees. My guy friends were like, bhai 10 rupees mein ho jata ye. And people were actually very shocked at first, but it became like, something of an experience because you did something different, which is not conventional by the society. IITK helped me break a lot of barriers. I did a lot of unconventional things. So
why was this decision? Did you have something in mind?
actually, I usually say to the public that I was suffering from heartbreak, but I think it's mostly I wanted to change and seemed like a good option to do it. Me and my friends, I think one of my seniors, we were just talking about how my hair would weigh 1 kg in my weight. We had a weightlifting competition the next day. So we were just above the weight. There's a category, like you have to come under 80 or something. So mine was just like a bit above the weight. So we were like, bhai tera baal udega to 1 kg kam ho jayega. We were like, then we got into the philosophy of, females being bald and how the society takes it and etc. etc. They were like, what goes, let's try. So
Wow, that's great. That's awesome.
yeah,
I mean,
thank you.
love my hair. I can never do that. Did at any point, did you ever feel that you were lagging because of sports, or was it always your motivation?
I'd say it was a motivation inside. The thing is, some people were very like after 4 years, oh, you're playing during exams, you don't have exams. So they automatically assume something about your intellectual capability. So that assumption is something that I really wanted to change. I want people to, get that, yeah, this is also normal for people to do it. Because I used to play during exams. Some of my friends also played during exams. And I think in the end, many people were actually motivated to come because of us to play during the exams, because I was of the opinion that 1 hour is not going to make much of a difference in the overall picture.
So, are there any values that you learned from sports that you still apply to your life?
Of course, I think every single thing I do is actually has a backstory in sport. Like literally every discipline, maybe because I really like waking up early and sleeping at really early at night. I've had a lot of criticism for it actually, and my new school has this culture of glorifying the late nights. Like that is the only culture, but I don't want to fall into this trap, I believe, and that was one aspect. It made me disciplined because I wanted, like when I wanted to wake up early or sleep early, I set my mind to it. I want to finish up all my tasks before whatever time and then sleep early. And another thing is probably long-term results and being confident in yourself. I was the least self-confident person I knew. Maybe I'm sounding very confident to you right now, but inside I'm not. Whatever I've gained, like all the good qualities I have come from sport. The bad qualities are literally inside me. So that's all I'd like to say about it.
So, are there any people that you're grateful for, or any incidents that you would like to share regarding this?
I think all my friends are actually great. Chitranshi, Deepshika, to be specific. These people helped me, navigate through the challenges of college life. College makes you irritated, it makes you feel very low, it makes you feel mean, it makes you feel angry. But you need to have a good support system to just get through it. I was of the opinion, I don't need friends. I can manage on my own, but no, that's literally not possible. And also actively trying to find friends has its own disadvantages. They just like fall into place. Like I literally never went out to get these people as my friends, but they became my friends and they helped me. They were a place where I could vent out my feelings and they never judged me for it. And there were a lot of people who actually had this position. I'd like to thank Bala, who was a PhD, and Ajay, the athletics captain, and my South Indian friends, Shashank, Safa. So yeah, a lot of people. And my tennis team, I forgot them. They were also a very big motivating factor.
So, how was that experience? Was it a family type of experience, or would you like to share more on the tennis team?
Yeah, I definitely would. My batchmates were like literally my family, like Akshat and Gopal. They helped me. They were the men's team was actually very, very helpful in teaching the women's team the techniques and how to go about it. They were actually the greatest coaches we've ever had. And we used to go out for treats, and most of us were actually, it was a sort of an invisible bond. During winter camps, we used to just sit for hours and play, maybe play for hours. And I think going through the difficulties or the struggles of being a sports person makes us all connected somehow. And I think this I can say with all the teams, like I felt connected with all the teams or all the sports persons I've talked to, because there is something common underneath, which is not really, visible to a person, but they have been through the same struggles, the same expectations and stuff. So
Are there any advices that somebody gave you that you still remember?
a lot actually. I'd not like to take the person's name right now, but one thing that person told me was to concentrate on my grades and not go behind boys. So this is not a pertinent advice, but it is a very useful advice. And also another person told me that not to take grades seriously. So it all depends on how you are taking it. It depends. It's mostly you, how you internalize the advice. Even I can give you a lot of advice in this interview, but you just take what is best for you and you just leave the rest out. So that's it.
So are there anything that you regret, from your IITK life and you would want to change it or something like that?
I think, let me just think for a moment. I think actually making me, thinking so much actually makes me feel that, yeah, I don't have any regrets at IIT Kanpur. I've taken every single decision that for my best, and it has worked out very well for me. And that's all I regret, I suppose.
Okay. So did you have any kind of bucket list, like these are the things that I want to do at college and then anything like that?
I had only one thing on my bucket list, which was to like play a sport and just, eat good food, because I had come from a South Indian home where every single meal was health specific or very nutritious. So I wanted to gorge on junk food when I came into college, and I wanted to play something. Apart from that, I had nothing in my bucket list, but now maybe my bucket list is growing after seeing, maybe after 4 years, yeah, it's growing.
Okay, wow. So what are there on your bucket list right now?
Right now, I think taking a gap year because it's been a continuous sort of onslaught to my senses. I need a break. So my friends are right now on a vacation. I wasn't able to join them because I had college. So I'd really like to take a vacation. And apart from that, financial independence. These two are like very big bucket list goals. And smaller ones, more funnier ones are learn how to play a guitar to impress people, obviously. And read more books. That's always on my bucket list.
You just studied at IIM Ahmedabad. That result might have come after the placement drive that your selection has been done. So what was that? Did you sit for the placement and then you sit for the IIM interview, or were you decided that I will go for the IIM so I didn't have to sit for the SP? Like, what was that thing and process? And what was the decision making for going through IIM Ahmedabad?
Okay, so for one thing, I just went for a trial CAT class, which was happening just outside the gate with my friend. We just went. He was a teammate. So I found it very interesting. So I just gave it for fun. I just gave CAT for fun, and it turned out pretty great. And during halfway through the preparation, I think this was around March before the placement. So the placements is on November. This is in March. So I felt that maybe sitting in placements would not be best bet for me, because the departmental placements in chemistry were not that great, and I really wanted a decent enough job. So that's actually the main reason I went to IIM Ahmedabad. Probably they will kill me right now because I told them many reasons like, yeah, I'm interested in management, but it's mostly for a good placement. And I gave CAT in November, and then there were interviews which were conducted from January. I passed the interviews and I got into college.
So
that's the process. I didn't sit for the placements, nor did I sit for the internships.
So was there at any period that you felt like I should have gone for that? I should have sat for the internships. I don't know what will happen for me. Or were you confident enough?
I was confident enough. Yes. You just have to be confident and be like, I didn't even have a backup. Literally, I didn't have a backup. I didn't sit for placements, and I had cribbed to it about my very good friend. Like, I was crying about it. Oh my God, I don't have anything to do. What am I? I'm an unemployed chemistry person in life. But I gave interviews for almost all the IIM. So I was pretty sure that I'd definitely get in. At least I had like 15 around chances to get in. So I was pretty confident that at least one would select me. So that was there.
So
Yeah.
the very last question, like anybody else, like would you like to give some advice to your juniors?
Oh my God. I am really not the best person to ask advice from. One thing I like tell to my junior self is just, be confident of the decisions you've taken. Like, I didn't sit for placements, nor did I sit for internships. And people were looking at me like I'm mad. They had this, and even I felt I was mad. I was like, oh my God, why am I not jumping on the bandwagon? Like, everyone is doing that. That's a crowd mentality. And it has turned out good for me. So I think in the end, you just have to feel what is good for you and take into effect the long term goals and stuff. And another thing is, mostly results are just not quantifiable. There are some people who are way more brilliant, far more better. They do every internships every single summer, every single semester. They do 2 internships, 3 internships. Their resume is filled out. And then you just get intimidated. Oh my God, am I not doing anything? I literally have nothing. I don't think you have to fall into that rat race. So that's a very, very important thing for me, at least.
How do you keep yourself so cheerful? You emanate that positive vibe. Like I feel so happy talking to you.
Okay, so I just keep an hour for ranting every day. Like, I take out all my anger and very cheerful after a workout. So another reason why you guys should work out.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us
Hey,
today.
that's okay. That's okay. You guys, please contact me if you have any doubts or anything. Okay, I'm not
Yeah,
the best
yeah,
person,
we'll-
but I can give you a little bit of perspective. And anyone is free to contact me. I'm available on Messenger.
So, thank you so much, Tanya, for joining us today. Like it was actually really great to talk to you and to get to know you better. And then I'm really sure that the ones who see this video, they'll be cheerful after seeing this video because it was great. Thank you so much again, and all the best for your future endeavors.
Okay, thanks again. It was fun. So thank you guys for this opportunity and hope to meet you sometime soon. Don't forget to ping me if you need anything.